Alright, what is up everybody? Back again with another PSA reveal. This time we got it broken down into combat sports, baseball, basketball, and there's 2 stacks of football off screen. This is definitely not a part of the PSA reveal, obviously. Just a cool little card I picked up. Well, Mike Trout Superfractor 101. That aside, we'll get started with the combat sports because there's only 2. This one already sold on my eBay, but just a sick card out of 99. Next up, we got the Hulk Hogan. Guessing the comps are a little weird on this one. Raw was high. I have it at 150 value. Cool card. Next up, we got baseball. Got Corey Seager, Red Ray Wave. 180 value. Got an Ellie De La Cruz Aqua, 180 value. Out of 199, pretty cool card. Next up, we got a Corbin Carroll Orange Refractor on the logo edition. This comps were just unreal. Got it at 140. PSA 10 did 360. There's raw comps not that long ago for a couple $100, which is kind of crazy. Next up, we got Gunnar Henderson out of 50. PSA 10. 140. On the averages of the last 3 comps. Got the Mookie Betts variation at 25. 260 on this one. Last couple comps are in the 300 range. Just a sick card. Got Tatis, PSA 9 on the Orange Galactic at 25. 55 bucks on this one. Ellie De La Cruz Prism Signing Sessions. It's at 140. Raw was kind of all over the place. PSA 9 was kind of high too. Cool card. Speaking of cool cards, we got a Shohei Anime. PSA 10 of this was doing like $1,000. PSA 9, like 390, 400 bucks. 390 value. Cool card. What's crazy is the Shohei does that much, and we got a rookie Cheerio, Jackson Cheerio. Got this one valued at 210. Pretty sick card. Got Jackson Merrill Topps Chrome Auto. 120 on this one. I think raw does like 150, so kind of crazy. I'd rather have a PSA 8 than raw, don't judge me. We got a Shohei Blue Refractor. We got 185 on this one, split into 2 comps. I believe this man's been balling in spring training. We got a Junior Caminero. 120 value on this one. Pretty cool card. Next up, we got Ozzie Smith. Big fan of Chrome Black. PSA 10 too. On card auto. It's got all the stuff you want. Got 120 on this one. Sick card. Jackson Holiday out of 199 on card auto. About $120 card. Pretty sick looking. Got the Torrey Hunter on card auto. I don't think this one had any comps. So I just called it a $30 card. Just so crazy because he was such a beast when I was a kid. Got Juan Soto, Finest Moments. 105 bucks on this one. Just a clean looking card. Finest is probably my favorite Topps product. We got Jordan, PSA 10, 80 bucks. And next up, we got Michael Harris on the Future So Bright, PSA 10, out of 25. This one we had about 50 bucks. Clean looking. To finish it off, we got a Paul Skeens out of 150, out of PSA 9, about 50 bucks. Only raw comps at the moment, so take that for what it is. Now, we move on to basketball. We got White Chocolate, PSA 9, About a $65 card, I'm guessing. No exact comps. Thick card too, so PSA 9's pretty solid. We got the Kyrie Irving Explosion Kaboom VIP edition, whatever you'd like to call it. Had this one at 200. These were all the raw comps. Thinking raw or double raw makes sense. Got the LeBron James out of 10 on the Give and Go. Have that about a $300 card. Based off a similar raw, did in 133 for a pink. Clean looking card. Got DeMar DeRozan Gold Fast Break PSA 10. Have this one at 80 bucks, just comparing it to the 19 and the 22. Kind of splitting the two comps. Got a Clay Gold Flash PSA 10. And the only comp was 248. Have it at 250 value. Just to keep it at a number that's easy to get to versus 248. Rounding up. This dude's blown up since I graded this thing, and the only comp is 100 bucks, and that was fairly recent. It's pretty cool looking. My favorite name to pronounce, at least I think I pronounce it right, Koulibaly on the gold auto. This one I had at 200 bucks. Comps were 125, 524, and 100 in a PSA 9. So 200 bucks for a 10? Why not? Got DeMar DeRozan on the Zebra. Have this one at 30 bucks. Pretty sick looking. We got the Catman Zebra. 90 bucks on this one, split into two comps. PSA 10. We got Darius Garland PSA 10 on the Gold Sparkle. This one we have at 100 just based off the raws. Pretty sick looking. Gold. They did a good job with the Gold Sparkle. Now Deco just really killed it for me. We got Patrick Ewing Black Gold Shimmer FOTL. Have this one at 200. SGC 10 did 76 bucks. Kind of strange. Raw did 143. Hall of Famer. Can't go wrong. We got Penny Hardaway right here on the Deca Auto PSA 10. Got this one at 170 just based off the PSA 9s. And raw comps. Clean looking card. We got a Manu Ginobili FOTL out of 15. PSA 10. This one I have at 250 just based off the raw, doing 163 and 89 bucks. Got Colby Jones on the Gold Shimmer FOTL. This one's out of 10. Raw did 120. I know he's not a big name, so I'm calling it 100 bucks. This card has some crazy comps if I remember right. We got the Benedict Mathurin out of 25 PSA 10. The last comp was $500. And then we got 162 and 149. I called it 200. I mean, it's a pretty sick card. Photogenic was a cool little set. So I get if someone splurged on it, I guess. Got Jason Tatum on the case hit PSA 9. Again, a thick card, so not completely upset. Raw was varied anywhere from 14 to 75 bucks. Split the alt value at 75. I spelled the case wrong. That's embarrassing. But we got a PSA 9 on it, so not too bad. Got a Paolo Banchero gold. And just kind of went and split the alt value. His prices have gone up quite a bit, so that's probably why the alt value is so high. I called it 130 though on this gold. Cool card. So as another one with weird comps, probably because the Wemby trade. So we got a red non-numbered that did 187, and we got a gold out of 132 that did, or a gold out of 10 that did 132. This one is out of 25, so I called it 160 value. Just a sick card. Got a Derek Lively Optic Blue Auto. Comp was 169. Have it at 160. On card auto. Also out of $49. Anthony Edwards Hollow, about as liquid as it gets. One low auction, most of them are in the 60 to 70 range, $65 value. We got a Pods and a Sasser PSA 10. Only comp was 150, called it 150 out of 25. Dame Dalla Gold. Comps for 59.31. Split them 45. Seems so cheap for a dude that's, I believe he's an NBA top 75er, which is just unbelievable that a comp is, or gold is that cheap. Now we got a Target box set on the Anthony Edwards. This one is a cheaper one. Had it at $40. Got that Pulsar look, pretty cool. Was bummed on this one. We got a Jokic PSA 9 on the Slammy. Got a value of 170 on this one. Comps are all over. But it's Jokic, probably the best player in the NBA. We got a player that is trying to be just like him with Sengun. Gold auto out of 50. Sticker, bummer. But the PSA 10 did 120, so we can split it in half. Called it $60 value. We got LeBron James PSA 9 on the Razzle Dazzle. $60 comp, or $60 value. Last three comps. Can't go wrong for a case hit that cheap. With another case hit of his now teammate, Luka. Split the comps on this one at 45. Again, I would rather have the Luka over LeBron. But I'm more of a Kobe guy, so I guess that's probably why. We got Damian Lillard downtown, just a super sick looking card. Got the Portland sign for all my people in the Pacific Northwest. Clean looking. Had this one at $610 value. Last three comps. Again, legend. I don't get how he's so cheap. And now we are on to football. And this card kind of blew me away. These were the last three comps. 915, 504, 635. And that was the range. Called it a $600 value. And if you're wondering why it's so much, it is because there is no PSA 10s of this card. So, I don't know if that's quality control or what, but kind of crazy. And then to go to another clearly, this one's out of 75 on the Puka. You got 270 on this one, as there is a couple of 10s. Next up, we got Patty Mahomes on the PSA 10. $300 comp, $300 value. I know he had a rough Super Bowl, but his stuff really does not move much. We got two Kenneth Walker PSA 9s on the Prism Black Silver. 43, 49, 39. Called it 45 on the pair. And then what blows me away is this Herbert. I know it's a pro uni, but this dude just won a Super Bowl. I know this is college. It's gold still. And this card, those are the last two comps. 160, 202, 153. Super Bowl MVP. All he does is win. $170. Mind blowing. Now we got the Obsidian Jalen Hurts. 250 on this one. 247, 250, 250. This was numbered out of 150. Clean card. Got the Myles Garrett PSA 9. The only comp was 90, so we called it 90. Sick card. Darrelle Revis. I don't know how this one got an 8. PSA was not feeling me. PSA 9 did $50, called the 840. It's at 25. Got the Mr. Seahawk himself, Bobby Wagner, PSA 10 for the most likely future Hall of Famer. $51, $80, called it $65 value. Being in the Seattle area, this will not have a problem moving. Got Tua Tagovailoa on the purple green Prism Auto. Had this one at $100 value. Those being the last two comps. or rookie auto, not bad. We got Stephon Diggs Gold Sparkle, PSA 8, PSA 10 to 96. Split this one a little bit more than half at $40. Can't go wrong with gold. Had a tough grader, I feel like, on some of these. At Sean Clifford on the gold shimmer. PSA 9 did 58, and then Rob did 66 and 138. I have it at $60 value just because it's a quarterback. I don't really want to move on from it, just in case he ever gets some time. I don't even know if he's still in the league, but hey, you never know. We got the other St. Brown. Don't even want to pronounce your name because I don't want to mess it up. I have $30 on this one. Not a lot of comps out there. And then we have Mr. Win on the Gold Shimmer PSA 10. Quite a bit of comps. There was a $70 comp, but there's also other comps on his out of 10s that were kind of north of $100 or higher for his raw, which is kind of crazy. But he was a stud. Got Saquon Barkley on the Starcade case hit, and this one was $45. Split the PSA 10 in half. Just did 90. Got Mr. CJ Stroud on the die cut copper. At 160, 153, 153, and 325 were the comps. Cool looking card. Got George Kittle on the die cut zebra. Kind of a rare card. Comps were a little low on the PSA 9. I called it $60. Rod did 75 last. Still a cool card. Got Mr. Travis Kelce on the PSA 9. PSA 10 comps for 125, 126, so I called it $75 value. Next up, we got two CMC Zebras, both PSA 10s. I've noticed I put all the cards I had that were somewhat similar. They all got the same grade, so it was something I've kind of learned. Comparing to the suite level and the field level, they did 325, 255, so I have these two at $150 in value. And again, here is another example. I always have put the card I thought was kind of worse ahead, but now I'm thinking about doing the opposite because it kind of backfired on me. But two Derrick Henry 8s, PSA 9 did 87, called this one $60 on these two. Next up, we got Michael Penix, greatest Husky of all time in my opinion. Did $130 back in December, so we got 130 on this one. Again, I'm in the Seattle area. This should be a good card to either sell or trade. Got Quinn Ewers on the Color Blast. No 10s on this card. The only comp is 350, so I'm going to call it 350. Clean card. Got a St. Brown Purple Prism Draft Auto. 136 is the comp. Calling it 140 as market's kind of gone up. Got a PSA 10. We are down to the final stack. We got a Barry Sanders on the Zebra PSA 9. I have $100 on this one. Raw was those three numbers, so I think $100 is fair on that. Saving this one for last because that was pretty sick. We got DJ Moore on the 101. I don't know if you can see that. Love that font. Calling this one $100. Not a lot of comps out there, and I like keeping 101s. Got Kenneth Walker on the Pink Velocity. Got this at $60 value. Again, another good trade bait card. Deuce Vaughn PSA 10. $80 was the only comp, so I had $80 on it. Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts PSA 10 hollow. Got $200 on this one. Roma Dunze on the gold auto. $55 just based off the PSA 10. Will Levis Honeycomb. Big yikes. $30 on this one. Based off raw sales. CD Lamb on card auto. Interesting auto. Got $80 on this one based off, I believe these were raws or 9 comps, one of the two. Patrick Mahomes Mythical Gold with the mathematical jersey match. 101. I have this one at $400. Mainly because I want to crack and resubmit to either PSA or someone else because I think I had a tough grader. We got Tua Zebra. PSA 9s, so I'm doubling that. 170 on the Tua. Josh Downs, PSA 10. Only comps, 125.92. Split them down the middle, 110. We got John Elway on the Helix. Crazy how cheap this is for a case hit. Those are the 4 comps, called the 80. Can't go wrong with that cheap of a case hit. Jalen Waddle on the Black Pandora. PSA 10 did 150. These are all raws, so just called it $50. Tyreek Hill on the NFL Shield out of 32. Pretty sick looking card. This one I just called $40 based off raw. AJ Brown on the case hit splitting image. Gold. The out of 25 did 225, so I'm thinking the out of 10 got to do at least $300 on the PSA 10. JSN case hit Zoom PSA 9, $110. 130 being the last comp. We got a Tom Brady on the out of 249 PSA 10. And this one's only $50. And there's one comp at 35, but there's non-numbereds doing north of 50, so it's number Brady. I'm not giving that away. We got Retro Vision Bryce Young. And this one I called $40. And I think I called the CJ Stroud $45. Comps were all over the place. And again, 2 case hits, super cheap. QBs that should be the starters. And last but certainly not least, we got a 1 of 1 of Joe Burrow. This one I have at $700. Kind of funny because the Caitlin Clark, I know it's a rookie, don't get me wrong, did $8,100, which is just absolutely absurd. But nonetheless, a kaboom explosion, just such a sick looking card. And if you guys stuck around, I truly appreciate it. And if you want any of these cards, check out my eBay. It should be in my bio. And most certainly, I appreciate it. God bless and peace out.